Okay, second video. This is from the 8-7 homework. This is question number 4. What is a good description of the cross section shown that is parallel to the edge of the pyramid that measures 5 millimeters? So let's look at the vocab here. Cross section, so it's going to be that steel plate slicing through this figure, parallel to the edge that's 5 millimeters. This is the edge that's 5 millimeters. So this green slicing metal piece is going to be parallel to that edge. When you take a cross section of a pyramid that is perpendicular to the base or parallel to the edge of the base, the figure that you get on the inside is a triangle. So when we look at the selections that we have for us, the one that says a rectangle can't be it because it's a triangle. So it's going to be this one. It's going to be B. If I look at that triangle that is in there, I see a couple of parts of it. One thing I know for sure is that this edge is going to be 5 millimeters, and the height hasn't changed. So the height of this triangle is still going to be 16 millimeters. So those would be the numbers that you place there, the height of 16 and a length of 5. So that was question 4. Let's go to question 5. The base of a right rectangular, this is number 5. The base of a right rectangular pyramid has a length of 9, a width of 3, and a height of 18. Describe a cross section that could be formed by a plane parallel to the base of the pyramid, intersects the pyramid between its base and the vertex opposite its base. Okay, let's talk. It is going to be a right, which means it's not going to be leaning. It's going to have a 90-degree height-base connection. Rectangular means the base is a rectangle, and it's a pyramid, which means the base is a rectangle and it goes up to a single point. Let's see if we can draw this. I'm going to try. I'm going to flatten this screen out a little bit here. Okay, so the base is a rectangle, so I'm going to try to draw a 3D rectangle. Let's see how this goes. So we're pretending that that's a rectangle because we're looking at it, this is our perspective, and it goes up to a single point. And then the way you draw these is that you then connect the points. You want to know a trick? Here's a trick. If you choose the eraser when you're doing these, if you, whoops, that didn't work. If you sort of, okay, if you erase, why is this not working for me? This is fun. Come on, how do I make it erase? It's not erasing, okay? It's not a trick then. I was going to say if you erase small portions, maybe I have to go to select first. Select, eraser, small, there we go. Okay, this isn't working like I want it to, but if you erase the little portions of the part that's going to be like behind when you're doing a 3D drawing, and then from each corner it goes up in a straight line to that point, and then the corner that would have been back here, we can make that dashed also so that it looks like those parts are behind. You don't have to do it that way. So let's fill out the rest of this. The base has a length of 9, a width of 3, and a height. Height goes from the vertex straight down to the very middle of this rectangle, a height of 18. And I'm making it red on purpose so that you know that it's not, I'm not talking about this edge. I'm not talking about this edge here. I'm actually talking about this distance. Describe a cross section that could be formed by a plane that's parallel to the base. So a plane that's parallel to the base means the plane is going to be this way. And when they say plane, that's like this steel metal sheet thing that I'm talking about. So it's going to be parallel to the base, and it intersects the pyramid between its base and the vertex opposite its base. This is the vertex opposite the base, and here's the base, and it's going to be between it. So I'm going to find these points that are between. So it's going to look like this, right? So if I pull this out and draw it in more of a two-dimensional way, I know that this length is 9. I know that this length is 3. I know that the ratio, well, it's not 9, I'm sorry. This is parallel to the side that's 9. This is parallel to the side that's 3. So when we talk about 9 and 3 here, what that means is this side is always going to be 3 times larger than this side. So for every 1 of this side, there's going to be 3 of this side. So that's a 3-to-1 ratio. So let's check it out. It's not going to be a larger rectangle. It's definitely going to be smaller. So this one so far is working. A smaller rectangle. It's definitely going to be a rectangle. It's not going to be a triangle. So it looks like we've eliminated these options. This is the only option it can be. And notice I figured that out without actually reading the rest of the problem, because the rest of the problem was what was confusing me. I know it's going to be smaller. I know it's going to be a rectangle. It's automatically B. Let's read the rest of it though, just for fun. Whose length and width form the same ratio 3-to-1 as the sides of the base. Ta-da! Boy, that took 7 minutes. I'll try to make the next one faster. The next one is number 6. Thankfully, they have a drawing. I see that right away. That makes me happy. Think about the process. What is the best way to slice the figures shown so that you have 2 identical pieces? Draw the cross-section, then find the area of the cross-section. Note the figure is not drawn to scale. Whoa. Okay, let's make that figure bigger, shall we? The magic of the pause button. Okay, so here it is. It's larger. We're not going to slice it horizontally because the pieces that it would leave are this piece and this piece, and it says we want 2 identical pieces. So it's definitely not going to be a horizontal slice. So that means it's going to be a vertical slice. If this was Play-Doh and you wanted to slice it to make it 2 identical pieces, I don't think corner to corner. So if we were to slice it from here to here and then straight up, if this was the piece of metal that we wedged down this piece of Play-Doh and we sliced it that way, and then we looked at, like we took it apart and sort of looked inside, the slice would look like it's going to look like a triangular cross-section, isn't it? It's going to look like a triangle when you pull those 2 pieces apart. Right, because the edges are... Okay, so it's going to look like a triangle. I hope. There's a really good chance I'll be redoing this, but let's check. Sometimes I have trouble with visualizing these things, so if you do too, just know you're just like me. So it's going to be a vertical slice from the top of the pyramid, which would give a triangular cross-section. I don't see that they're asking us anywhere to find the area of the cross-section, but let's just make sure that we're right so far. So let's go back to this. This is question, oops, not that. This is question 6. Okay, So let's check. A vertical slice from the top of the pyramid, this will give a triangular cross section. And we check it, and we're right. Okay, that's good. So the figure is going to be this one, because that's the only one that's a triangle. And then we have to find how many square units that is. So the formula for the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So it's going to be 9 times 14 divided by 2. So I bring up my calculator. 9 times 14 divided by 2 is 63. Let's see if we're right. 63 square units, or units squared. Ta-da! There's only one more question to go, but I'm at like 11 minutes. Let's just do it, shall we? The last question is, find the dimensions of the horizontal cross section of the right rectangular prism. Note that the figure is not drawn to scale, blah, blah, blah. Use pencil and paper. Explain why there can be 2 vertical cross sections for a right rectangular prism and only 1 horizontal cross section. I don't understand the second part of that at all. But let's look at the first part. Which of the following 2-dimensional figures shows the dimensions of the horizontal cross section? So, first one I can see right away that this is definitely 5 inches. I think that the 1 inch is the height, and that 12 inches is this guy, I think. So I think that rectangle is 5 inches by 12 inches. I think that this 1 inch is actually the height of the whole thing, obviously, not drawn to scale. So I think it's 5 by 12. Not totally sure though, so let's check. 5 by 12? Okay, phew. Are they giving me a second? They're not giving me a second part of this, so we don't have to worry about the rest of that question. Ooh. Okay, that's it from me. Bye!